So we were supposed to start this at 5:45. It is 6:02. If you're listening to this, it's because my co-host is not here. Hi everybody, and we're just gonna wait till he shows up so that way we can get this whole shindig started. Any thoughts on this, Toby? Exactly. Yeah. Whenever he decides to show up, we can go ahead and get started because I need to get changed so I can go to the planta. So I'm just a little bit worried. Damn. That clock is ticking. What's up, guys?
How are you guys doing?
Welcome to CharroBeans podcast, a Mariachi podcast, episode 102. What the fuck are you wearing? That's how we're going to start
suit.
this.
Vengo a trabajar. Uno que trabaja.
I'm feeling underdressed in my own house. That's the reason I'm asking.
I think that's your fault.
This is how I'm chilling at my house all the time. Like, I'm usually like this.
And this is how I chill at my house.
For real. Oh, like I'm always ready, dog.
Yeah, wait. I'm just waiting for that call. Which me ha pasado. Like sometimes, I think last time it happened, I went to Weatherford. Did I tell you about that?
Weatherford?
Yeah.
No.
I was just chilling. It was during winter break. Because I remember I was kind of posting like, hey, like, I'm
That
free.
You needed some work?
Yeah, you know.
Or like if anybody has work?
Yeah, and me llamaba.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like 6:30 or 6:40. And I was just kind of chilling in my bed. I was just laying there, like looking at the sky, right? And then I got a text like, "Hey, bro, you want to do a gig at 7:30?"
Right.
And I looked at my watch and I'm like, "It's 6:40, bro." And he's like, "Yeah, it's in Weatherford. Can you make it?" Like our guitar player, like his car busted or some shit.
But you were already in traje?
No.
Oh.
But I was just there.
Oh.
Like I'm always ready, bro.
Oh. I'm not. I mean, like, lately I've just been taking, like, 5 minutes to get changed. And you could tell, because I'd be looking rough. You know what I'm saying?
You look the same all the time.
Yeah.
That's not, I mean, I think just having long hair gives you that look.
Yeah.
Because having
you look
long
a little
hair,
homeless.
Yeah, having long hair, like, it's always going to go wherever it wants, you know? Like, I have short hair, so, like, a little bit of gel makes it stay wherever I want it to stay.
I've been playing with the idea of tying it back, but I can't do it, bro. Like, even me just here at the house, like, I feel weird.
You look like a Stark.
Stark?
From Game of Thrones?
Oh, no.
Jon Snow.
That's like the half. But I'm talking about just like to get it out of my face. Like I do like a full one. But I don't like a ponytail. I just like put a little bun. Pero se me siente como una bolita nomás. And I'm like, this is weird. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't like it. I think I like this whole it's just falling effect. But again, it doesn't work with mariachi. I mean, ya cuántas veces you tell me all the time, which sucks. Or not sucks. It's like, you know when someone calls you out on something you don't realize you do, but then when you say it, like you're like, fuck.
I did that.
Yeah. When you were all like it was when we went to some gig and I was it's because it's windy outside. Mm-hmm. So that's why I complained. Because I'm like, fuck, like I got it's windy. It's windy outside, like fuck, like my hair's gonna be all over the place. You're just like, that's your fault. And I'm like, damn.
Oh yeah.
But the way you said it, like
I was trying to sound like a Mexican parent.
You just put all the blame like on me. You were like, no, like it's your fault.
Like you want to have long hair, so now you deal with the consequences of it having long hair.
Yeah, but the way you put it, like really, like just made me feel like shit. I'm just like, fuck, like you're right. Like I wanted long hair, but now like I'm complaining about it. So like now that like every time I'm about to say it, I'm like, nah, because then Victor's gonna say some shit about Es lo que querías, güey. Like, ¿qué quieres que hagamos? And I'm like, yeah.
I was trying to pull a Mexican parent because you know how they're always like, pues ándale, sígale.
Yeah.
Por pendejo.
My dad would lose me on purpose at the flea market.
For what?
Like because I had this knack. Like I grew up with my dad. Us going to the pulga.
Your dad was just like,
yeah, no, it's because it's a lesson that I needed to learn. You know, like we would go to the pulga and I would walk around with him because it was always just me and him.
Yeah.
And I had a knack of like always going to the toys because again I like toys. I've always liked toys. So I would stop specifically to check one out, and then like I'd look up and my dad would be like, "Hey, vámonos! Like, what are you doing?" Because I never got any. So then like he would specifically like make it a point to leave me there and keep walking. So that one time I distinctly remember like crying and being like, "Abba," like just looking around, and I knew he was watching me the whole time, so you can see like, "Ya ves?" So I distinctly remember like me looking up, not seeing my dad. I'm just looking around like up and down. I'm thinking, I'm like, ya me voy a morir. I'm like, I'm gonna end up on the milk cartons, like until I saw him like looking at me. And I just look like the walk of shame. Just like,
You're like, you got me.
Yeah,
that was good. Like.
So that's a totally like Mexican thing to do. Like,
dude, my mom did that to me, but with the dark.
What do you mean?
Con oscuridad.
Okay.
Like, I remember. I mean, obviously when like it's night, like you get like a lights out, right? Like you start turning off all the lights of the house.
Yeah,
and shit.
for my house is at 10.
Right.
I don't know.
I think mine's like 9 or something.
Oh,
shit. No me acuerdo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I remember I was in the living room, and the living room is between like a room and like la cocina.
Mm-hmm.
So like both of the adjacent rooms were turned off, and I was left in the living room. And Mom was like, "Time to go to bed,"
Uh-huh.
And I'd be like, "It's a little dark," because I was super scared of the dark. Like, I think it was because of like my imagination too. Like I could see like certain figures in the dark, but that's just being a kid. Like you have like this imagination of like imagining things from certain like shapes or colors or figures, whatever.
Okay.
Y pues we even had like un arbolito de Navidad, güey, and I always imagined someone behind the tree. Like when it was dark. I think it's because I also watched like a lot of scary movies as a kid.
As a kid?
Yeah.
I didn't see that many. My parents wouldn't let me.
I watched like it. Well, I mean, with my cousins, like.
That's true. That's true.
Or we had like a show that was in Mexico called Escalofrios, and it was about like supernatural shit.
I feel like I watched that, like vaguely.
Yeah, it's like Escalofrios, and it's like a green background. It looks like cloudy. Anyway,
did you ever watch America's Most Wanted? That it might have been something like. Oh no, that one was like horror, but this one was real, bro. Like,
that sounds real. Like,
me espantaba because they would do a reenactment of the murder or whatever, and then at the end they would put that the motherfucker's still out there. And they're like, if you see this guy, like look for him, or call us. Even hombre me espantaba with like the mugshots, because I'm like, this motherfucker killed somebody, like me espantaba.
Okay,
that's just scary, bro.
Well, point is, and I would be in like next to a tree, and my mom would be like she tried to do like, be like your dad, let me get a point, like turn off all the lights and be like turn it back on and be like, ves, no pasa nada.
Yeah.
But you turn them all off. I'm like, like bro, like why would you do that to me? Like now I see now I'm dead. Like, like whatever's behind the tree is gonna come out running.
See way. Yeah. Like for me, it's scary to imagine someone running at me because you freeze
from behind, like someone chasing you from behind. You're like,
you freeze in that instance.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a fight?
Yeah.
You been in a fight in Mexico or here?
Mostly in Mexico.
Mostly in Mexico? Okay.
Aquí les dan tus papás. No.
I got in a fight like in first grade over some stupid shit. It had to be probably about a girl or something. But like there was this one kid, I still remember him. Tomas, fuck you if I ever see you.
Fuck you, Thomas.
Yeah. There was some kid named Tomas, and all I remember is that we were like on the softball field at Sam Rose in elementary. All I remember is like, in your head, like you make up a scenario after the fact. You were like, I could have done this, could have done that. All that leaves the window, like, because as soon as this motherfucker started running at me, my brain went like blank.
Yeah.
I forgot what he was pissed about, but he ran at me like fucking Usain Bolt and shit, directly at me, and fucking just like knocked into me and pushed me.
Okay.
Like he might as well have been Hulk, bro. Like to me, like I was like, oh la verga, you know, because I fell to the ground like hard as fuck. No chillé ni nada. But I remember like the PE teacher's like, hey, and we're like first grade, dude. He picked both of us up. We took us to the office. But that was the only fight I ever been in. Yeah.
Bro?
Well, cuando estaba chiquillo, yeah, I would beat up all the little kids.
Yo me calmé like, well,
Me too,
one
yeah.
after coming to Mexico, and in middle school they were more about play fights. But like, I always hated people that did like cheap shots. Like I had a friend in middle school, and you know him. No decir su nombre, because no free clout.
No free club.
But
He's
yeah,
like, fuck.
yeah, right. He's like, fuck, that was me, bro.
Yeah.
Could it be me? Anyways,
Oh shit.
and I remember like we were like play fighting and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I end up falling on the ground.
Okay.
So like I'm coming back up to like, you know, like get at him,
Yeah.
and this motherfucker need me in my dick or need my balls.
Well, back then, yeah, you just had balls.
Yeah, and I'm like that's like the most like, I don't know, disrespectful, heinous, disgusting shit you can do. You know, like there's a rule when you're play fighting, even in fights in general.
That's true.
Like,
I think you're not supposed to go because that's like your most sensitive part.
yeah,
like you. That's a cheap shot.
Yeah, it's a cheap
shot.
shot. Like you don't do this shit, and like I don't know, fuck that guy, dude. You know who you are.
If anything, that's attempted murder, bro. That's like your kids,
bro.
You know.
All my future children, bro.
See, dude, the millions and millions and billions and billions. That's crazy how much we produce, bro.
You see?
We just be chilling, and I'm like, doctor, lawyers, future presidents,
like,
in there.
Like something million per second. Or seconds. It's a lot.
We're so good.
Y todos los tiro. Mama Tawi.
Mamas.
Yeah, these don't look like an egg.
You know how they say? Well, isn't it? I mean, you're into science, right?
Okay.
Isn't it like as soon as they come out, like they die too? Like they can't survive in oxygen.
In oxygen?
Like for a while.
Well, no, they come out like, cause you know it's like a visita, and then they have like they come with a little package that gives them energy. So like it's like vienen con lonche essentially.
Con lonche.
Y cuando se les acaba, like they die. That's why they call it a sugar, because they have like a fructose in them to make energy.
So it's sweet.
Oh, I don't know about that. I was about to say yeah. I don't know.
You're like, fuck, I could have gotten that. I'm gonna zoom in on that shit. You're like, see, wait.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like it's sugar, but you're like it's sweet.
Got
I'm like.
Anyway, this is CharroBeans podcast. We talk about mariachi mostly. We are recording a little bit early just because somebody here is leaving us. So we're kind of doing a little bit of a early thing. It feels like we were just here because like literally a couple days ago.
Yo, look sunburned.
A little bit. When you walked in, you looked a little crustacean.
I was outside.
Like a lobster?
Yeah, I was outside.
That's 2 in a row because we had a gig last week with the same shit.
Bro?
Pues sí, when we went to
No me acuerdo.
the company party. Because I told you, I got a little burned on last Saturday.
Company party?
Wait, cuando estamos afuera, tal taquero, you went twice, you played like 10 hours.
Right.
Stupid.
I forgot.
So that first day, I remember you went to Burros and you were already dark.
Me da cáncer.
See you. Because you're more prone to it because you're like white color.
More fair skin.
See. Well, yeah, when you walked in, I had a little bit of a red shade on you. So yeah, but it never lasts on you. You always fucking look normal.
I can never get a tan. Only when I got a job as a meter reader.
I remember that. Yeah, you told me.
Like I was outside like for more than 12 hours.
Right.
And then I never got a tan. Because I even did it during the summer too.
Yeah.
Which is like peak sun.
Yeah.
Anyways, you want to do the...
Well, I just meant like you showed up like this. So again, like I felt a little underdressed. So I mean, this is a little weird. Is it comfortable? Is your suit comfortable? Or
well, I'm not uncomfortable. I do feel some like resistance like on my legs, but it's nothing I can't deal with, you know?
Yeah. Cuz I noticed that you and like Boyo and Arturo, mostly like right in the van, like fully suited all times. It's very rare for you guys to take everything off. Maybe in the summer you take stuff off, right? I think you take your jacket off
Sometimes.
because during the summer it's está caliente.
I just don't want to deal with on and off. Like,
That's what I have to
put
do.
it on, put it off, put it on, put it off.
My suits are very much non-bending suits, or they're not meant to sit down in for me, for my body type. Obese.
You should get like what? Still, I'm like, you should get those like on the joints. They put like a more elastic cloth, so so you can stretch whenever
bionic,
you're,
like bionic suits.
Huh?
Like bionic suits.
I don't know what that is.
Like, I don't know. It's got bio in it, so something body. No,
I don't know.
Anyway, so how was the gig? The one that you guys very rudely cut me out of.
It was cool.
Damn.
It was for like a wedding that happened last night. Fuimos al recalentado, essentially.
Oh. So did they call today for it or what?
Well, Arturo told me last night.
Damn.
I mean, you have work. It's
I
not
know,
like,
bro, but I could just be like,
it really wasn't
sick.
bad. It was 5 people, $100 a piece.
Must be nice.
And we never played the 2 hours. It was like an hour 45. Cause like at the 45 they were like, "Hey, ese va al taquero, si quieren de comer." And we're like, "Bet." And then they're like, "No, you can go home." Because they started putting on
They were cool about it?
Because they started putting like La Bocina, like their own songs.
Yeah.
So it turned into a different vibe, and they want to kill that vibe.
It's just like,
Yeah, it was like those type of songs.
you can't compete with those basses that come on like those when like, you know, like when we're playing we sound pretty legit, you know, because we have the mic system and everything. But as soon as like the DJ starts playing, you could it's like an elevated sound system. Yeah. So it's like we're here like
it calls out more to your primal instincts. You're like,
yeah, it makes you want to. I can see that, you know. I can just imagine like un grupo de like a band being like really bad, but it's loud, so people be like,
yeah,
you know, they just be like dancing to that shit like. Like, oh yeah, like the group is bad, but it's loud, so
it gives you a beat to dance too.
Yeah,
that's all you
exactly.
want. You know?
Yeah, because it's not really rare. I mean, it's not that often that a lot of like people will dance just to mariachi, and it's only because we're playing like rancheritas, así like polqueadas and shit. We're like punching. But yeah,
but this gig was cool, man.
So now you're ready to go because we're gonna play this planta here in a little bit. This is usually the time I take a nap. I take a little day nap, and it's dude. I don't know if you see my text yesterday or like my message yesterday.
What?
On the chat, like where I was like, I real fucked up. I'm gonna be late. I was asleep.
Oh, you fell asleep?
Yeah. It was only like 40 minutes, and I put my alarm. I still remember my dream, bro. It felt so real.
I'm like, was it sexual?
No.
Oh, okay.
If it was, I'd still be in it, bro. No, no, I had a dream. Estaba dormido, like dormido, dude. I was just tired. Yeah, when I sleep, I sleep. And I had this dream where I was I'm a teacher, right? So I had a concert.
Okay.
And like I guess because I'm stressed about it, like my real concert coming next week. Yeah. So like right now I have a concert coming up next month. So I guess I had a dream about the concert, except I was acting at the concert like Juan Gabriel does used to at his shows.
So you were doing the whole show?
No, like
¿Te caíste?
no, I mean I'm conducting almost.
Oh,
you remember like
Jose Hernandez?
He would have his whole like array of musicians, but he'd be there like waving his arms and shit. I was doing that, but like to little kids. And like, but they were playing like, you know, canciones like chingón. These are middle schoolers, right? Yeah. And I'm over here like just waving my arms and shit, and I'm doing all this and that. And the whole time I'm thinking like, oh shit, like I was stressed as fuck, and like I got to do this and this. And I woke up like stressed. And then when the alarm like came on, I looked at my clock. And I had already gone twice. And I usually leave my house like before 7, and it was 7:05.
Oh yeah, you fucked up.
And I hadn't changed. So I got up like, you know, and came in here and ran out the door basically. And that's why I got to, because y'all had just played, y'all were playing Camino al Rey de Colima when I showed up. Was that the first one y'all played?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so y'all had just started. Because I played like the last verse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. But dude, I was stressed. But that dream was hella descriptive. Like it felt so real. Like I felt like Juan Gabriel. Like it was wild. I didn't fall though.
Do you know what I'm talking about though?
Yeah,
Right?
like where he's like, I
Like,
saw that without having any mariachi knowledge. I don't think I was a musician yet. Because this happened like
oh, it happened a long time ago. I think
it was like
we were
early
in
2000s. No,
yeah. Oh no, late 2000s.
I want to be
I
right
think
about
I
this.
think I was like in middle school or
Por eso,
wait, that's like late 2000s.
when did Juan
Ponle la caída de Juan Gabriel.
Gabriel whoa, fall? 2005. Yeah, so I wasn't even playing an instrument yet, but I distinctly remember that. You know how Univision
That shit was the news, bro.
the news was always on at my house. Because think about it, in the morning when you leave for school, it's on, and it's on when you go home from school because sale como a las 3 o las 5.
I was some previous kids in the morning.
Well, yeah, me too. Oh, I would watch that after school. But anyway, I distinctly remember the news about Juan Gabriel. They really made that such a big like event.
Es que si era un putazo, güey. Like I think he was in a hospital for like they had to make sure he was okay.
Like I can visualize it, like him dancing
like,
and then fucking busting his ass.
His back,
yeah. So like the fact that like that was such a staple of Mexican culture that I can remember that like distinctly. It's like comparing it to like a tragedy, like because or like how people say like with Selena's death and stuff, like they could just remember like where they were or the details about it. That's how I remember for some reason that Juan Gabriel fall. Like I really do. Like it's crazy. But anyway, my dream was super super real, and it freaks me out that our minds work like that. Like shit hurts my head just thinking about it.
Well, some people say that dreams are like it's like your brain preparing you for like an event that.
Oh,
or
deja
like,
vu is real. Every time that like I go to a situation and I'm like, I've seen this before. I know I've seen it before. Like sometimes too. You never had deja vu?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes or no? No. If it's trippy as fuck, I'll be like, I've been here before. I wonder if I've been reincarnated or something.
I don't want to be a human for the next one. I want to be like.
La chancla?
Something that's something that just does nothing, bro. Like I
that
just
hanger on the
exist.
ground over there.
Like my whole job is just existing, bro. Like, because I'm tired of this shit.
Like a rock?
Yeah.
Doesn't do shit. Like
that sounds great.
If you were a rock and you had a good ass view, like I'm good.
Like a rock at the beach.
And then like agarras un mamón que throws you into the river.
Well, I mean, you get to see what you see after that. You kind of like. Lo que sí te cagaría is have you seen Happy Feet?
No, you always ask me. I don't know.
Because the little penguins, I think the emperor penguins, they use rocks to make their nest. So that one would kind of suck if you're a rock and then like you have like this penguin ass on you like 24/7.
You're just getting shitted on all the time. No, yeah, legit. That would probably be bad. Today's Charro topic of the day is a time that you were humbled or embarrassed musically.
You want to do the DMs first, if there's any DMs? Because we always miss those.
Those are always at the end. Oh, no, DMs of those?
Yeah.
Did we get any?
I don't know.
Let's
I don't
know. Actually, we do have
Just
one.
because I remember we had one. And
yeah, they're hard to... Yeah, this is a new kind of system we're trying out. Oh, here's one. Okay, so someone DM'd us and said that someone or a dude took my vihuela to play talon because my rep wasn't as diverse. I got it back and killed it the rest of the night, though. Really had me in the first half. You know how disrespectful it's got to be to like, bro, you're trash. Let me see that shit. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes, I've had this feeling before. Like when we played out at a gig. Oh, you know when it was actually? It's before I started like knowing who Hector was, este flaco.
Okay.
Because remember when we call it the gig where we had the mega group? ¿Te acuerdas?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was the group that we had. So our group with Allende got combined with it was Flaco's group, right? Or was it just random charros?
I think it was just random people.
Okay, well we went to a house that someone requested like a 13 to 15 person group. So what we did is we combined with another group and we made it a mega group. So like it was 2 mariachis that were like put together, like ours with other charros. And I still remember because I think we might have talked about this a long time ago, but it was I was playing vihuela and then Hector showed up with the vihuela too. So I was like, fuck. Like I'm gonna have to play like with next to another vihuela and stuff like that. So when we started to play, I told you it's always a competition, even if you don't want it to be. Like because in your head you're like, I can't mess up because like the person next to me is might judge that or whatever. So I remember we were playing like we started off with like 3 or 4 songs because when we started it was like 3 or 4 songs that I didn't know. So like I was like fuck, like the whole time I was just ass. So they're probably thinking like, dude, like Arturo tiene este vihuelero que no se sabe ninguna, quién sabe qué. So like I started feeling bad because I'm like, he's probably thinking like they should have just brought me on vihuela and stuff like that. This was before I knew Hector, you know. But like I was embarrassed, and it was just like a couple songs. So I can imagine like doing talon, and it's all like this one, and they're like, nah, no me la sé. Damn, okay, well, what about this one? Like, no me la sé. Pues chingados, ¿cuál te sabes, güey? Like, you know what I mean?
El son de la negra, las mañanitas.
Pasajero, ¿sabes un pasajero?
Ay, güey. You're like, mamón, ¿qué? Like,
it's más like the whole the valley. This was like a meme back then, but like the valley groups that only know how to play like those long popurris with, like they're like the ones that were arranged for them. It's like, oh, can you? Pues me sé la de Luz de Luna, pero empieza con el tema de nosotros y luego va.
Oh, no.
You know?
Yeah.
It's all like, oh, it's also in like B minor, you know. So like, can we switch it? Like, no, we can't. You know. No, but I can imagine that because I mean, again, like I like this topic because again, like I think and never at any point will you know everything about mariachi, but then someone might think that they do, so they judge you. They judge you based off of that. So you can be humbled in a good way or in a bad way. Like the good way, it could be like you play next to someone and you're just like, damn, like this guy's like really good. You're just like, you know, props to you, you know. And then the other one is like, che niño no sabes nada, you know, quién sabe qué, because I've heard that too. So it goes both ways. It's scary because I'll cry, bro.
I see both sides because you, as a mariachi, like working in a group, like that's your job, right?
Right.
So it's not like
you can do it, bro.
Like it's not your job to teach someone else their job.
True.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I understand, like, I think in this situation, right, they took his instrument and they started playing. So I can understand, like, hey, wait, pues hay que sacar el jale, you know?
Yeah.
You're kind of...
We're losing money.
Yeah.
Arturo said it best one time where he told us, I forgot what song it was, la tragedia del vaquero. When we kept fucking that shit up, and we kept fucking up the ending, and he told us, hey, write it down, because, like, dude, they keep asking for it, and that's $20. So then for us, we both looked at each other like, damn, we're costing people money. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's, I mean, not anymore, but I think, like, I think it's just me and Arturo now that live out of this now. Because I think Boy has a job.
Yeah.
You have a job. Don Mike has a job. I don't know what Don Luis does. But I think it's just me and Arturo right now that these are livelihoods, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, a bug's a bug, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, I understand, like, some people are like, hey, wait, pues hay que sacar el jale, you know?
Yeah.
But I guess the way they do it, too, matters. Because they could do it like, hey, like, I'm going to play it, but maybe you should watch and, like, learn it. Compared to, like, vales verga way, like, go home, you know?
Yeah.
That would be a different situation.
That is a different situation. Again, I've never experienced it that bad, but I've heard of stories like that.
Yeah, me.
Like
well, I've had little things like sometimes like, hey, do you know it? And I'm like, nah, bro, TBH. And they're like, ¿quieres que leche? I'm like, please, you know, like,
please.
Yeah.
And then they give it back after they, you know, did good. Yeah. You're like, oh, you might.
But I mean, I'll write it down and like next time I have it. I think when I joined this group, like,
really started doing
you guys were like, El Principio. And I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
And they're like, El Principio de Juan Gabriel? Yeah, like, yeah. They want us 10 minutes? Yeah. And I'm like, Like at burros?
Yeah, we always
Like-
make that joke, like, güey, esa cóbrale 40, güey, no mames.
Sí, güey. That's
Son
like
como-
6 songs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I'm like, all right. And then you guys are like, La Fiesta del Mariachi.
Yeah, these are all songs that, like,
I'm like, I told her, like, hey, what are the notes that you play? Because we play the same thing. The
Yeah.
pa, 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 dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun. And that was like, I don't know te digo, güey. So I'm just like, do, fa, sol.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it is, I'm just like, I'm playing what you playing. Like,
Yeah.
dun,
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 dun.
dun.
I had to go home and be like,
Actually learn it. Yeah.
I had to go on YouTube and slow it down. I'm like,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? That's like,
No, yeah.
I think it just it depends on the attitude of,
The person who's saying it.
yeah.
That's what I mean by, like, humbled, because, like, it could be a good or a bad thing. Like, honestly, like, I've seen a lot of musicians too, man, where, like, they feel like they're the shit. And again, if they listen to someone else, they could be like, oh, damn, like, I really need to, you know, step my game up, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This other person says, at a gig, I forgot the words to a song and I panicked, so I started singing in the wrong key.
Damn, bro.
I have so much respect for everybody that sings, man. I
That
can't do it.
reminds me of the video I showed you del vato que canta el himno mexicano.
How's it go?
Well, I'm not gonna sing it,
Okay.
but he ends up saying
You're
like,
dressed for the
but
occasion.
he ends up saying like, fuck, y en la patria se pierde un moreno. Y en la patria se pierde.
Oh,
un
you're talking about the
moreno.
national anthem.
Yeah,
Don't you just say
el
that?
himno nacional.
You didn't say that. You said something soldado.
Soldado.
Did you say that right now?
No,
I'm like, rewind the tape, bro.
I don't know what I
remember.
said. I'm
So
tired.
the Mexican national anthem.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I showed it to you last time.
Yeah.
Like, It's like that because he
Mhm.
started fucking it up. He's like, "Fuck, keep going, bro."
Yeah.
And then he fucked it up more.
That's the thing, though. I don't think you can mess up the national anthem. It goes the same with like the national anthem of the U.S. Like, it's such an offense. Apparently,
What if people fucked it up too now?
what?
The national anthem for the U.S.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying you can't because people will take offense to that.
Yeah.
Porque no te la sabes.
Yeah, like in the video that I showed you, people are
Yeah.
like, they're like doing this and they're like,
Well, he's talking about the national or the Mexican one, but everybody. Why do y'all do this? Is this like a soldier thing?
I don't know.
Bro, you're Mexican. Wait. No,
Well, they just told you as a kid, like, do this. So you do it.
I would think it's like a. Oh, and then you guys did that with Northside and y'all's Pupurri? When y'all were
Yeah.
in high school? I remember because y'all did Guadalajara de. No.
Yeah, it's
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara La Bella.
La
No.
Bella.
No.
La Bella.
It was that one, but it was another one.
Guadalajara, La Bella. And you guys did this shit.
Was it another one?
I remember. That was like part of y'all's acting. Yeah, we're like.
Oh, well, I trust
Yeah.
you. All right.
It's like I tried to expel it from my mind, but yeah. Yeah. I remember. Anyway, with the national anthems, again, people don't want to mess it up, but when they do, it's like it's like the worst thing you could do, bro.
You're like,
Like,
ya valió-
honestly,
ya valió verga.
suddenly I'm a patriot. Like, you know, like I'm like, oh hell no, bro. Like, you fuck this shit up. Yo, aquí todo, like I don't even know the Pledge of Allegiance, bro. Ya se me olvidó, güey. Ya se me olvidó, güey. Or the Texas Pledge. We used to do the Texas Pledge too. Back in the day.
Texas is a whole cold, bro.
Texas really is. Yeah. We're the Republic of Texas. Anyway, when it comes to, like singing, I'm trying to get more comfortable with it, obviously, because like as a teacher, I have to, like, I noticed too with middle schoolers, they'll sing if you sing. Because they kind of see that, like, you're not scared to do it, so they'll do it. And if you model it for them, like, I can't just be like, okay, sing this. Like, I have to sing it with them, and then they open it up themselves. I've noticed that. So I'm trying to get more comfortable with it. But there have been times where, like, I can't sing it or something, and then they'll just look at me like, you're a teacher, bro?
You
Like,
trash, mister.
no. Damn, mister, you don't know shit. Like, you know? But I've just been thinking, like, damn, like, to sing it, like, in tune in front of people, my knees be shaking, bro. I just be temblorino, you know, just fucking. Or like when it's cold. I can't imagine singing when it's cold.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like, now you're doing everything but like in the cold. So
Yeah.
that's what would like mess with me, I think. The fact that all of a sudden now it's in the cold.
I don't know, man, but. ¿De qué estamos hablando?
We're talking about that one. Every time that we play in keys with 4 more flats or sharps, I'd be fumbling. What is that? E?
No, that's like 8.
4 sharps?
4 flats?
I'm talking about 4 sharps.
Oh, 4 sharp.
4 sharps is E.
E, yeah.
4 flats is
A, no?
A flat. Yeah.
And then 5 flat.
Who's playing an A flat?
I played a song in A flat.
In G sharp, basically?
Yeah.
Alejandro Fernandez,
That shit sucks, bro.
Be natural. Freaking,
Well, the new song that's turning famous in I guess Mariachi is ¿Qué agonía?
Fuck that shit. Pero eso no es de mariachi? ¿O de qué es original?
It's Angelica Aguilar with some other girl. Yuridia? I saved it because Arturo wants to play it.
Damn. That means we're going to have to play it, bro. Bro, we're going to get copyrighted. Wait. No. I'm going to have to
Stop.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, in E.
That one's in B.
Unfamiliar keys for me, like, yeah, would be like, I'm thinking mostly guitarrón, since I taught myself to play guitarrón, because like E was one of those keys that not a lot of people play. So when it comes to like E, B flat, and E flat, or G sharp or A flat, yeah, those are the keys where I'd be like, ¿Cómo va? You know, because like, just me va, wait.
I practice them, like, or I play around with them, like en teoría, you know, like this is how it would go if we were in some sort of key. Yeah. But I've told you before, like, it was the day of like que íbamos a acompañar supuestamente a esta Shaila Durcal. We were doing this other girl.
Yeah.
And I don't know where she comes in, whatever song, and they were like A flat, and I was like A flat,
and she was dead ass about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
rough.
we played, pero like I said, like in theory, yeah, like I don't know what's happened, but my fingers do not have the stamina, whatever you want to call it, to play a whole song. I think the song was like 2 minutes, or it felt like 2 hours,
right?
Because like my fingers were giving out so bad.
Anyway, after a while,
yeah, because it's like G sharp, E flat, G sharp, E flat, and then it's like P flat, E flat, and then la tercera it's C sharp, and I'm like.
That's been happening to me at I play with my wife's church choir on Sundays, and they be playing songs in those keys because I mean it's not a mariachi, so they'll just and I'm the only like mariachi instrument. The rest are like congas, guitars, a flute, para la melodía. I guess there's a violin. Her little brother plays violin, but they'll be playing stuff in like G sharp and stuff like that, or E flat. And what like confuses me is when like my wife pulls out a capo and puts it on, because now I'm like, whoa, wait, what's going on now?
That's cheating.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I can't follow that shit. So that like all my theory is gone, because I'm like I can't pull out a fucking guitarrón capo, and just put that shit on. It's a good idea.
No. I honestly like the key of E a lot. I think it has a very warm tone. The key of E. Remember I told you my theory, key? Like depending on what instrument you're brought in, like the keys sound different to you. Like I think for me the key of E sounds very warm and colorful because I come from guitar, and in guitar, like E is your lowest note.
Okay.
So I feel like you keep hearing like that warm tone all the time. Like it makes you think like playing like a song in E on guitar sounds very nice to me. I don't know why. I think it's because of that.
I like that.
So I don't know, like maybe violin players sing like the key of G is like
I don't know. Yeah. I will say this. I'm sorry, but was it hot take? No. What's the word? Controversial opinion. Guitar is the best instrument.
Unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion. Guitar is the best instrument.
I don't think that's unpopular.
It's the best instrument. Like guitar, like just a guitar. The guitar is the best instrument.
I love guitar, man, but I think for me it would be piano.
No. Do you know how to play piano?
I know, but have you heard of piano?
Yeah, but
that shit sounds pretty.
Nothing has style like a guitar. I'm sorry. I'm about to just hang on. The shape, the variety that you can get on them. You can get one that looks. You have a classical, you have an electric, you could have it looking like a normal guitar, you could have it looking like a freaking corn on the cob, like they have all these different shapes. You get an SG, you get a V, you got an Explorer.
Don't violins do that though?
No.
Yeah,
A violin's a violin.
I've
It
seen
just
a lot of
looks like a
violins
violin.
that if you make an electric violin, you can make it look like different stuff. I've seen those.
But you can't be around in a campfire and be like, oh, I brought my violin with me.
I thought that was a thing.
I just imagine that, like, nobody in the movies takes out a violin and is like, all right, guys, like, let's sing a couple songs. Like, it's not the same.
Okay.
It's not the same. I'm sorry. Like, so, same trumpet, what are you gonna do? Let me play a couple licks for you guys. It's not the same. A guitarrón. No.
I can do it. I can do it.
I can do it.
Put me in there. Put me in the coach.
No, it's just I think the guitar has the most style, the most variations. Like if you look at it, this kind of guitar,
I think it's the most flexible one.
Yes, thank you. Versatile. You can put it in any situation and it's gonna flourish. That I think
it's a good like melodic instrument. It's a great like backup
melodic,
instrument.
Rhythmic. It's a soothing kind of instrument. You can just take it out and just jam on it. Like, I can't do that with a French horn.
You're like Joey.
Yeah, exactly. Like I can't jam. I'm sorry. I gotta have something to jam with. So sorry everybody else, but that's just how it is.
Now we're canceled.
Right? Everybody just signs off. They're like, nah. Next person says, la la la. Last month when I did a gig for the first time in 2 years and I couldn't play Mañanitas. Dang. That's pretty bad. No, I'm just kidding.
Who's this?
I mean, if I think back when I first started gigging, did we even play Mañanitas?
Dr. G make sure we learned it.
Like he made sure? Like how?
He gave us the music to learn. I think we played like in G at that time.
Oh.
We played it he even told us like this is the song you're gonna play the most in your
at some
music.
point.
Yeah.
At some point, yeah.
We're like, no mami maestro. And then here I am. Like playing for
dressed like this.
Yeah. Playing for all these birthday parties. Like Arturo's Charros, Mañanitas.
And all you could think of is like Dr. G's consejos, like this is the song.
Or Dr. G's like, ves.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, shout out to Dr. G. No, yeah, I mean, Mañanitas is one of the staples. So I think you got to start there. Like you said, if you can't play Mañanitas, maybe you got to reassess everything and just go back to the drawing board and start from there, bro. This person said, teacher printing out small sheets of music to attach to my vihuela. Messing up so bad at a gig that the guitarist told me to just stop playing. I guess those are connected by the same person. But I've never done that where I've taped something to my instrument, but I have put my phone like on the vihuela before, which it was mostly because like maybe like Arturo or someone gave us like a little bit of time to learn it, or I forgot to study it and he just happened to give me some music. So I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, so I took it out. It's because I can't.
We're gonna be doing that tomorrow.
What?
He sent a song on the group chat. Sepa mañana.
Oh, he did.
He has the music for it. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Well, he told
guess
me
what I'm doing?
He told me yesterday. He's like, "Hey, you check the song out." I'm like,
I heard that conversation. You're all like,
I was like, not enough to memorize it.
Yeah,
because you say you had the music, right?
He's like, yo le había dicho. No, I saw the message, and again, I don't know if you do this. I don't know if anybody else does this, but like when I get a message, I'll reply in my head, and then I won't text back until later. Then I notice that I didn't text back.
But the group chat for me is different because when it's something like that, I figure you would say something or someone else will say something. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, someone else got it. So we left them on red. Like,
well, I think we all did collectively. Right? Yeah. Or he sent a message about a song. He's like, "Hey, chicken like charros, we're gonna play this week."
I played the first 10 seconds, and I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. Well, I saw the message in my head. I was like, "Okay," and then to this day, I haven't replied. So I mean, there's that. But I mean, again, I haven't had to put anything on my instrument just yet. But it's usually because, I mean, I'm pretty good about like memorizing like a melody and just using my musical theory and adjusting to that, and like just guessing my way through it. But that takes time to do too. Like it's not easy to just suddenly figure it out. Like because it just takes some time. But again, if I practice it, like at least for like 30 minutes, I think I'll be fine. And
30 minutes.
And I need a refresher. So like as soon as he calls it out, I'm gonna be like, ¿Cómo va? Oh, okay, ya va. But that's usually what I'm on. Like after that, I'll be okay. Usually. I don't know why you're looking at me so sus.
Damn, tengo pancita, güey. Estaban los tacos. We had fish tacos.
They had fish tacos for Cuaresma?
Yeah.
I ate fish right before you got here.
And quesadillas.
What you get?
I was like, dos por favor.
¿Quesadillas?
I got both.
Damn, bro. Por eso va a llover, güey. Por eso llovió ayer. I don't know. It might.
Dude, it rained so hard yesterday.
Yeah, I did for a little bit.
I didn't bring a jacket.
For like 5 minutes. You got rained on? Dang. It was thundering pretty hard. Yeah, I made the school's lights flash.
I was getting a haircut.
And then, oh shit. And then I just imagine like the lights go out. You just hear like, and then, like he just got a fucking line through your hair. And he's like, you don't know what happened. You're like, was that me? He's like, I could fix it. You know, right there. Yeah.
Does it look good from the back?
Huh?
Does it look good from the back?
It looks good from every side, bro.
Because that's for a low fade, but whoa, it was a little low.
No, it's fine. It looks like they ¿cómo se llama? They actually faded it from the bottom.
Yeah, no, they're good. She's good.
Where do you go now?
It's called Floyd's Barbershop.
Where's that at?
It's in Montgomery.
So you don't go to that friend of yours anymore? You said you had a friend that you would go to after Sylvia. That's what you said.
No.
Damn.
I said a friend. Jairo gave me their number.
Damn.
Or their location.
Jairo.
Yeah, because Sylvia was something else, bro.
Yeah. First time singing a solo on stage, I had to perform at a McHigh
McHigh conference?
In Laredo.
Oh, Mariachi conference in Laredo.
I don't think I'm built like that. Like if someone told me to start like sing a song, it's really impressive to me when someone can do that. Like you can go through a conference and at the end of the conference they perform it. That's always been so impressive for me. Because usually like the top group always like memorizes the music and sings the music from memory. Like for example, like in Albuquerque, this past one that you didn't go to, that one, Saul, they told him to sing a song and he learned it like in a day. And he still, the day of the concert, like messed it up a little bit. He fumbled it, but he got back on track. Namely, because he had to learn like the whole freaking story of the song. Like, because it's like telling a story. So like he had to learn that whole thing like the day before and he sang it.
Era un corrido?
Yeah. Lamento Quintero.
He's like, ¿eso qué, el credo? ¿Qué pedo?
El credo. I never learned that.
I learned it for like a week. But
like enough to pass the Jesus test?
Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And after that, it was just like...
No, I mean, ya se me olvidó, dude. I gotta look at the screens.
I forgot
start
everything.
like saying whatever the people say.
Yeah.
Was that one part? Yeah, I'm like, lose the lose. Lose the
luna.
Dios verdadero de Dios verdadero.
Engendrado, no creado. ¿Quién sabe qué? And then it's like, amen. And even that you fuck up, it's like, amen. Like, it's not even set together.
After. Yeah. Dang, trash. Last when I was playing with Mariachi Los Perez. Again, I think I talking about humbleness. Every time I play in front of like a mariachi established, like that's usually when I get humbled because I'm like, you put me in a situation where it's like someone who's been doing it for their life, bro. Like, it doesn't matter what I do. Like, it's not gonna be at the same level anymore. Like that's what gets to me. Like, I could be like, you know what's embarrassing actually?
What?
It's more embarrassing if I say that I'm a music or a mariachi teacher. Like when Arturo Vargas was here, it's like, I'm soy maestro de mariachi. He's probably looking at me like,
oh yeah, he was like, okay, and then dijiste una, no dijiste una mamada, pero dijiste algo that he's like, pues no que no, Sammy. I was like, damn. I don't.
And that's what I mean, dude. Like, this is like world-renowned like musician that we play with, or maybe that I've just come in contact with. If he asked me honestly, I would just be like, oh, bro, I work at a car wash. I don't know what to tell you. You know, like, you know.
I'm a waiter.
It's like, no, I mean, it's just que eres maestro. I was like, nope. I don't know who told you that, bro, but
De nothing.
all I know is I don't know nothing. You know? Like, I've always felt like that. I guess, like, I shouldn't be embarrassed on that, but it's more like if you get, like, someone like that, yeah. Someone who's like, yeah. Especially because they know more than I do. Again, like, they're going to know more than I do. Because they have the years on me. They've been doing this as, like you said, like their livelihood. I can't compare my somewhat years of experience compared to their lifetime of experience.
Okay.
So me da miedo, dude. I feel like everything I say is wrong. I could be so sure. I could have a whole curriculum for mariachi, and then if I were to teach something, they'd be like, "That's not right," and I would just be like, "You're right. You teach it, bro. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about."
I trust you.
Yeah. Sources confirmed, you know, like I understand where you're coming from. It's scary though.
Nah, no pasa nada.
No, yeah.
I think like mariachi can be so subjective that I don't think you can be right or wrong, you know?
Yeah. I'm more concerned though, like I said, more because yes, it is subjective. Like what was taught to me was probably not the same thing that was taught to them, and that could go like across lines, like whatever. But again, like it's more of the fact that like, who are you more inclined to believe? You know,
Okay, so who has more credibility?
That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
Okay.
Because again, I could have it by the book, bro. I could be reading Gaspar Vargas's, you know, scrolls that he took notes,
which is very different now. Like the armonía to the
right,
armonía
right.
Different, you know?
But then you know, someone with a doctorate could come and tell me, well, actually, and I'll be like, damn, you're right. I guess you know, like yo que te puedo decir, you know. But again, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm right, they're right, I'm wrong, they're wrong, or vice versa. Like it just means that it's very, very subjective, I guess you could say. Yeah. You're gonna teach. I teach what I know, and to this day, I don't know if it's right. I hope it's right.
Well, like I said, you can't really be wrong as long as there's some type of style, you know.
Right.
No pasa nada, guys.
No, yeah.
Be like Isabel Vargas, you see what they're doing, you do it. No. Look.
Is it really that hard, bro? Like, is it really that hard for you?
Or you're just stupid. Like, I don't middle schooler, bro.
Like, all right, do it again. No.
Oh,
do it again.
¿Cómo se llama?
Okay.
That music movie.
Oh, Whiplash.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Can you imagine?
He's like 1, 2, 3. Are you playing on my beat?
Yeah, I was like, am I rushing or am I dragging? Which sounds very similar to how mariachi rehearsals go down. You know, like from what I've heard, you know, like I could feel like in those top groups, maybe that's what it's like. So you go to one of those rehearsals and it's just like, was I rushing or was I dragging? Well, how do you say those in English or Spanish?
Oh, like estoy corriendo o arrastrando. O te estás quedando o estás corriendo.
You're just sitting there like,
Dos. Like,
Los dos.
You know, he said something like out of topic, like verde.
No, he's like, caballito.
Contratiempo?
Contratiempo.
I honestly think that those big groups are more autonomous than anything.
What does that mean?
Like
you're using too many big words on me. What's your college boy?
Like they all know they're all so experienced that they all know how to like click with each other without someone have to tell them like, hey, like like I don't know, taking armonía. Like if you see like maybe tu compañero, if I'm a guitar and you're on vihuela and you do something on different or like a different expression, like you would know as a guitar player, like te tienes que acoplar, you know. So there's nothing to be said about like, hey, like that part, like make it together. You already know as a musician that ahí no quedó tan bien, I fix it. Y ya quedó, you know?
I guess.
Like a director will be there to express like his arrangements and if something wants to be done in a different color, if that makes sense.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm thinking of the movie Whiplash. So
I'm it's because you also said like that's how I picture a big group. And
okay.
I'm like, when I picture a big group, that's how I picture them doing it. Like,
because for me, like, I can imagine it being like Whiplash, like if there was a main director, like a main director
which
who
there is. I mean,
usually, right?
I don't think there's a big established group that doesn't have.
I don't know about how many directors make their members cry, though. I haven't been there to see.
Well, I don't know about like. I mean,
that's what happens in Whiplash.
Because I've heard some stories of some people are like they get like a little.
Well, I've heard stories of chairs being thrown and stuff.
Elaborate.
I can't because I don't want to say it because I don't know. But
we don't have to talk about this. Chairs been thrown, bro.
Yeah, dude, that's what I've heard.
It's so pendejo.
Yeah. I mean, think about it, bro. Like, at some point, there has to be a director that like wants it his way, and you could be a world class. Because I mean, in that movie Whiplash, and I'm using that as an example. If you've never seen Whiplash, it's about a jazz director and how he abuses basically his students like to make them sound the way he wants them to, but los tienen como espantados. You know, that's the point of that movie. But that's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying here is like there's a director probably out there that wants a certain sound from these musicians, and if you watch that movie, like all those guys that were playing, they sound good, but like to that director, it was like, you guys are fucking this shit up. You know what I mean? Like, which again, like, I don't know how directors, operate, or in the past, because again, in the past, I heard, you always hear from like older generation charros, like, no, antes no, con el don whatever, and this whatever. And they talk about like how their groups were run back then. I mean, with Arturo Vargas, he talked about that, like how disciplined everything was. Like, you fuck up. I mean, the movie Whiplash is probably just like a creep into that, honestly. Because again, if you have a director that wrote out the arrangement and he has like it's in his head, and if you don't play it the way he wants to,
he's like Beethoven.
Yeah. So now they're just like, dude, you're like messing up my arrangement, So then like they come out and they play this thing out, but it's not what they want. So they're like, so am I rushing? Are you rushing or are you dragging? I'm like, what? Are you rushing or are you dragging? It's like, well, I don't know. I do both, bro. So
yeah, like a concussion. You're like, what's that light, bro? Like,
yeah.
Why is it so bright in here?
What are we playing?
¿Dónde estoy?
Yeah. ¿En qué tomo estamos?
¿Qué tomo? ¿Qué tono?
Tono. Unas caguamas, güey. Por favor, like, algo.
Alguien aliviáname.
Damn. This week wasn't that interested. We've only played Thursday.
I'm like, well, this week hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, exactly. I did have something about yesterday, though, actually.
What happened?
Yesterday, it got me thinking. It's like, when like people offer to pay for our drinks, how baller are they, do you think? Baller meaning like how much money do you think they have?
That's what got you thinking?
That got me thinking. Because like, okay, look. There was a guy at the bar who offered to pay drinks for everybody. And it's not the first time this has happened. Like, this happened many times.
That's what I'm wondering. Like what was so special about it?
It's just because it's so fresh in my head. Like, it happened yesterday. Like, I've had these thoughts before, but again, like, out of all the things we talk on the pod, like, it takes a while sometimes to do these things. But point is, like, he offered to pay for everybody's drinks, right? And I remember just thinking, like, how baller is that? Like, how much do you make? Like, I guess that's like my first question. Because again, if you're offering to pay for everybody's drinks, you're offering basically that they can order whatever, because you're not setting a limit. What if I want a shot that's like, they're like $10?
Well, I think any drink there is.
It's like at least $10. Okay, there's 7-8 of us to go play. That's at least $80 to $100 on one round. Aparte de lo que estás pagando los mariachis, you just dropped like, and we play for these guys for a while, so they got to be dropping at least like 2-3 bills on us, but like fácil by itself, plus the drinks, plus their food. Like, it's Thursday night, bro.
I don't think
like,
they were eating.
Huh?
I don't think they were eating.
But they're still drinking prior to that, and each drink again is like $10. So I'm just thinking like, it's Thursday night. You living like this, you know? Like, and so it makes me think like, tienen dinero or are they just irresponsible with money?
I think that's what it is. I think it's like uh how the drinks got to you, you know, like the alcohol got to you, right? Because when you're cuando tienes alcohol, like, pues you're like, sí, güey, like you want my car? Tengo, you know.
But every person we play for doesn't look incapacitated.
But
like,
they have alcohol in them for sure.
no, pues sí, güey. Pero I mean, I know I'm
Porque, okay, ¿cómo los discos no llegan?
igual.
Llegan bien seriecitos, you know. Llegan, they're like, ¿y cómo se van? Se van y, hey, chingón, you know, muy bien todo, quién sabe
No,
qué.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
how that's a big change.
That's like the norm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now picture them buying drinks. Like, it fits.
I don't know, bro.
I'm pretty sure that.
Okay, you got that argument, but by the time they come back to the restaurant the next week, they do it again.
Yeah, because they fucking love that shit.
Okay.
Like, it gives them like I don't know, a good feeling of something, you know?
But as their non-financial advisor, it's unwise to spend that much money. Like, again,
It's a neutral, chaotic
how baller are
choice. Okay.
they? Like, how much money do they have? Because now I'm just thinking like, okay, this is a weekly occurrence. 4 bills times 4. That's how my mind works. $1,600 plus rent, plus utilities, plus. Y'all got playing around. This is Thursday night. You still got the rest of the week.
They're like, yeah.
I'm like,
you know?
it reminds me of a thing I saw on TikTok. It was like, whenever Mexicans see que alguien tiene dinero or is whatever, and it's that one meme where it's like a dude, and he's like, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
and
it's
like,
the
"Son narcos."
Dr. Fate or something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just like, that's the excuse. Like, oh, tiene dinero. Es que son narcos. Venden
Yeah.
drogas, you know. Probably, bro. I don't know. All I'm saying
You're like,
is
in Fort Worth? Like,
it doesn't make financial sense.
maybe they also have a good job.
On
I know one of them is like had to be like a construction worker because he gets there todo sucio.
So I'm saying your back, like, it's the strength of your back isn't worth this. Not us. Like, yes, if we were cute, no, I guess you guys are cute. But if we were like half naked, maybe it'd be worth it.
Well, I mean, a lot of the guys I'm pretty sure are there for that too. Catch my drift?
No, it's whatever, bro.
Okay.
I don't know.
You know, why are you booing me? I'm right.
Well, let's do Charro check because we're already running out of time. Because we have a planta to play at, and we're about to fuck shit up over here. We go through these really quick with today's Charro chat. So hopefully you guys are into this. First Charro chat is what instrument in the mariachi can be most easily substituted for another?
Guitar.
With what?
Un quinto. You ever heard that?
What quinto?
Like una guitarra de golpe.
Oh, like, I guess, yeah. Like, take out a guitar and put a golpe instead? Yeah.
I feel like they have the same job.
Yeah, they just sound differently. But I do
well,
like
they still have that warm tone, you know? Or that lower tone.
I want that guitar tone, though.
Yeah, but like if you had no other choice, like a golpe would still do the job.
No, yeah, okay. What instrument can be easily substituted for another? Damn.
Not a vihuela, for sure.
Yeah.
Not a bass. A guitarrón.
Fuck, this is hard. If I had to, I would substitute. Damn, this is hard. You know what? Take out the guitarrón and punto lo ocho, güey. Fuck it.
No mames.
Fuck it. I don't know. You already took the good one, an easy one that's non-controversial. That's true. Anyway, what's y'all's go-to snacks combo for gigging? We've gotten this like 3 times, but lately mine is different because it's Cuaresma time. I have not eaten any sugar, so I've been really sleepy lately. Like, my wife pointed that out. I've been, like, I don't think I eat excess sugar like that, but every time I would go to QT, I would get like my little pastry or like my recess or something sweet, you know, something little sweet, my little snacky snack. And lately, I haven't been getting one because, you know, Cuaresma, I gave up, like, sweets. And I didn't realize how much I would miss it. Like it really is like what's the word? It's supposed to be a sacrifice, right? So I really yeah. So right now my go-to snacks have been anything that has no sugar.
Okay.
Sugar-free Red Bulls, sugar-free Monsters, sugar-free sodas like Coke Zero, Diet Coke, and Topo Chico.
Está bien.
It is, but like I miss all my little chucheria way. Fuck. What about you? What have you been getting lately?
I've also been trying to be healthier, so I'll get like the protein shake. The peanut butter one is actually not bad. I was surprised.
Are you talking about the muscle milk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or like a the peanut PB&J that is like Kitty.
I saw you grabbing one of those the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that.
They're not my favorite though from there.
No, but it's better than other options.
Yeah, I guess so. You can't go wrong with peanut butter. But yeah, that's been my go-to right now. It's freaking sad. Any advice from transitioning from a school group to a gigging group? Mine again. I think we've said this before. For me, it's wean off of the music. Like stop looking at music. Like obviously, if you're like in a school group, you're looking at music every day. But try to analyze it first. Like know the theory behind it, what key it's in, what kind of style it is. That's like the most basic shit you can start with, and then little by little start looking for songs. Like if you're playing like Laureles at your school and it's in the key of G, look for other songs that are similar that also are in G, and then like think, okay, well if this song was in F, how would that change? So then that way you start thinking about, because that's exactly what happens in Talón. It's like, let's play Laureles, but now let's play it in Fa. And you're like, but my school only plays it in G. Well, now that it's in the key of F, musically what happens? Now it went from G, take off the sharp, now you have one flat. My first, second, and third is F, B flat, and C7, stuff like that. And that opens up your mind into thinking, well, now we are in a different key, but it's the same song. And that'll help you with another ranchera and another ranchera. And eventually that will lead to other styles. And again, this just teaches you about mariachi or charro theory, I guess you could think of. For me, that was the easiest thing when I stopped looking at music and started thinking about what I was actually playing with my instrument, not just like reading it. You? Anything?
I think for me, which is be like, como dicen, like ponte vivo. Like
Ponte vivo?
Yeah, like be aware of like everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Because like in a school group, like I don't have another way to say it, but I mucho miedo, you know. Like
Miedo
if you were to do a gig with a school group, y te piden algo, your first instinct is like, no, we don't know that. No, like play something else and keep it going, you know.
Yeah.
Besides to like with a quote unquote like professional group that works outside of school, like when someone asks for something and no one knows it, con que una persona se lo sepa, like people are like, that's good to go, you know, like
yeah,
like she's like muñecos like, sí, güey, primero segunda tercera, and like, it might not be, you know, but the point is that like you have to like be alive, like te tienes que poner vivo.
Yeah.
So you can catch up to like what's everything that's going on. You know, you can't be oh no, we don't do that here. Like that doesn't happen. Like no, like you have to be with everybody else's like mentality. Like it's in this key, it's in this time signature, this style. Good luck everybody. Tres, cuatro, you know.
And honestly, you have to fail in the beginning because like it humbles you.
Yeah,
again,
it's a lot of
humbleness,
falling and getting up. It's all of that, you know. But eventually, like doing like. For me, that's what I feel like it helped me like be able to follow like a singer or be able to like predict like the next key, chord change.
The next thing that's gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anticipation.
Because there's a lot of patterns in music, you know, and like you can be not close-minded, but just don't be scared to like, you know. No sé, güey, tú dale ganas.
No, but that's true. It's like you just. You have to anticipate everything that's gonna happen. So again, like, and
by doing that, you have to watch everyone, like watch what the singer is doing, what what your section is doing. You know, you always have to be on top of like everything. Like, maybe like I don't know. Because for me, I always pay attention to it. I try to pay attention to everything just because I feel like
you have to.
yeah, you know, as a bass player, I feel like I have to like.
Well, you're the leader.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
like I'm the one that gives the changes, so I want to know like where everything's going. I feel like sometimes I look like a creep because you're still like we have a waitress at Seafood that loves to sing.
Yeah, it's her thing. Like she's like the singing waitress.
Yeah, it's like a novela or some shit. And and I'm always looking at her because obviously she's not. Well, I don't know what she is, but I don't think she's a professional.
No, like
so
she's a good singer, but I don't think she knows like musical notation.
So sometimes I'm
entradas.
Sometimes I'm just trying to look like at her mouth or like at her breathing. You know, like when she's gonna come in.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can imagine someone looking at me because I'm always like.
You're like.
No, but I'm playing, but at the same time I'm like doing this. I'm like looking like what she's doing, and sometimes I can picture someone being like.
You should just be like.
Yeah, right. And I can picture someone like that kid's a little weird, like you know.
Someone's just yelling. Hey.
Yeah, like this pistolo.
Yeah,
but,
like Yahweh. You're like Kiwi. And your favorite vihuela/bass. What does that mean?
I don't know. Your favorite vihuela to play on?
Oh well, if I had to pick, it's my red one. It always reminds me like when I'm like, this was trash. I don't like quiero tocar, and then I'll start playing another one, or like my other vihuela. I like it too, but like that's why I have two. I jump around. But I always go back to the red one because the red one is like, I don't know. It's just been my bread and butter. That one is a 2007 Roberto Morales size 1. And you?
Mine's been the one I'm playing. It's
2000
Robert Morales 2003
4? Oh,
August 12th.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
He has a birthday.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I guess someone has a birthday. Yeah, whenever they're marked with an actual date, that would be the birthday.
Yeah, it's in August.
Mine has a birthday too. I think it's March. It might be. I don't know. I need to look at the date again. Mexican dates always trip me out because the day's first, right?
It's it makes more sense because it's day, month, year. Compared to, what is it, month day,
year here. So I remember one time, like, when I was chiquillo and I was in Mexico and I went to a wedding and, like, it was, like, 26/17, 04 or some shit like that. And I was like, bro, what the fuck is this shit?
You're counting your months. You're like, like December. Y luego?
Yeah. Like, there's months that haven't come out in the U.S., bro. Like,
haven't been unlocked?
They haven't been unlocked yet. No, sí, güey, pero... No, that's my favorite one. That's it. That's all. Yeah. That's all the Charro Chats. Cool.
Thank you, guys.
Well, this has been a little bit longer than we were supposed to. I'm supposed to be in Grapevine in less than 30 minutes, so that's nice. And I have to change from this into a traje. You can just take off.
This is why I came prepared, bro.
Yeah. So I'm gonna change, and anyway, while we do that, guys, please subscribe, like, make sure you're rating the podcast. I appreciate everybody who has rated, because from what I have seen is the numbers have been going up in the ratings, which means that people have at least been giving their opinions about the pod, which is cool because it shows that you guys care.
We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, so keep liking the content, keep watching, and hopefully we can make more episodes. And you have a good trip, I guess.
You too.
I won't see. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna go work, and I hope that you guys have a good rest of your week, whenever that week is. Whenever I start editing this, but I think that's it. You got anything?
I'm good.
All right, you guys. See you later. Toby.
I'm gonna chug this. Son droga.